What's going on, everybody? It is Tuesday evening. That means we are here to talk about health and fitness and how to make your life better. Before we get started today, talking about whether you should start with nutrition or start with fitness. Where do we go there? Before we get into that, I want to remind you to subscribe. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Click the little bell icon so that you're notified every time I come out with a new video. But most importantly, please share this information with somebody you care about, because the more we can spread information, the more information we make available to people, the easier it will be for them to learn and know how they can improve their lives. Okay. If it's good for you, it's going to be good for someone you know. So make sure you share it with somebody. Okay. There's a lot of stuff going on, guys. I am so pumped. We're going to do a quick segue before we get started, and I'm going to plug my book. Okay. The book comes out in just over 2 weeks. Okay. The Ultimate Ketogenic Fitness book. It is a compilation of over 10 years of my fitness and keto experience, things that I've done, things that I've experimented with and tried and worked out the simplest way to explain and help you guys apply all of the things that I do. If you can memorize this book, then you'll be able to do all the stuff I do. Okay, maybe not quite, because we all have different experience and we all have different ways that we utilize information and understand and apply things, but you'll be close. No, seriously, I am super pumped about this book. There are people right now that are pre-reading it, so we get some reviews. I have it in the process of getting published on Amazon. So right now, May 14th, write this down. May 14th is launch day for the book. Okay. If you have not gotten it as a pre-read, then you have to wait till May 14th. Huh. I'm excited. I got the proof. Oh, where'd the proof go? Hold on. I got to find the proof. Right? I should have had this to begin with. I got the proof, right? This is the book that Amazon sent me, the make sure that all the editing and everything is good to go. This, like, opening this package, like, made it real. Like, this is holy cow. Things that I've been writing, things that I've been talking about for the past 12 years are in here. Okay. Yeah, I'm psyched. What's even cooler is this guy right here. Dr. Barry has read it. He wrote a foreword for it. His support on this whole process has been fantastic. Partially, this was his idea. I'm blown away. Yeah. Awesome stuff. Okay. I could just go on. I don't want to go on about that, because then you won't get the book, because I'll read the book for you right now. I heard somebody said they want the Audible version. Here we go. You ready? Let's read the book. Here we go. From page 1. No, kidding. I don't know how to determine if there's demand for an Audible version or not. I talked to Ben Azadi about him doing the Audible for his book, and he said it was a horrendous process. So I don't know what that's all about. I got to figure that out. We'll see. I guess if I sell a certain number of them, or if there's a certain number of copies out there, or people start asking for it, then that's something that happens. I have no idea. We'll see, but I'll keep that on my mind. All right, let's get back to the point at hand. Okay. Thank you for the new grandbaby. Congratulations, Andrea. Yes, it is super exciting. Thank you, Glenn. Awesome. Okay. What are we talking about today? We're talking about where to start. Okay. What does my shirt say? It says Pops, because grandpa's for old guys. I tell my grandkids to call me Pops, even though they're not really talking age yet or anything, but they don't call me anything right now. But as they get older, I'll be Pops. Okay. Where do I start? So I get this question a lot. And what we're going to do, I'm going to break this down as if I was talking to a client, somebody who's just getting started on their journey, and they need to do both nutrition and fitness things. They're started from scratch. They haven't done anything. They're coming to me. They're like, I need help. Do not call me Coach Pops. Coach Bronson, please. That's hilarious. Coach Pops. Oh my goodness. Sounds like a cereal. somebody who's just getting started and they just don't know where to go, what to start with. Okay. So when we're looking at, do I start with fitness or do I start with nutrition? Okay. We always start with number one thing. Okay. This is why Simon Sinek, if you guys have not read the book, Start with Why, go get the book and read it. Okay. There's a reason why that phrase works all the time, because it is the foundation for what you always are trying to do. Okay. If you're trying to go a direction, you need to know why you want to go in that direction. Okay. Because that's the foundation, that's the base for all the decisions you're going to make, and the consistency and commitment that you have to get to the end of the journey. Okay. So if I have someone that's coming to me and they don't know where to start, the first question is, why do you want to get started? Okay. And usually just answering the questions of why they want to make a change will help determine where the first steps need to be taken. Okay. If someone comes to me and they say, I have autoimmune issues, I have arthritis or IBS or Hashimoto's or all these other things that are metabolic, that are symptoms of metabolic syndrome, okay, then chances are I'm going to start them with some nutrition. Okay. That doesn't mean we're not going to do fitness, but I may start them with some nutrition stuff. Okay. As a priority. If someone comes to me and says, I'm having aches and pains, I can't walk, it's hard to go upstairs, I want to be able to play with my kids and have energy, things like that, then I may start them with some fitness things. Okay. So the first question that may give you an answer, or at least give you a direction into where you want to go, do I start with fitness or do I start with nutrition? Why do you want to get started? Okay. So that's really the basics of it. Everything always goes back, whether this is when you're first getting started, whether you've gotten a plateau, whether you're 10 years down the road and you're figuring out what to do next. Why do you want to make a change? Where are you going? What are you looking for in your life? That is going to answer those questions. That's going to give you a direction on where you need to go and what you need to start with. Okay. So that's number one. Why? What is your why? What are you trying to do? Why do you want to make a change? Okay. That's first thing. Second thing, let's talk about the differences, okay, between the two. So when we talk about nutrition versus talking about fitness, when we talk about nutrition, you guys have heard me say before, nutrition is all about reducing and removing internal inflammation and stress. Okay. When we fix what we eat, our body is then allowed to do what it wants to do naturally without any interruption, without additional work, without additional stress, and all the other expensive processes it has to go through to do things that it's not really built to do, but it can do because we're adaptable. Okay. But it doesn't like to do. It's extra energy, it's extra work. Okay. So when we stop eating those things, when we eat the proper human diet, when we eat more animal meat, when we reduce our processed food, when we stop eating seed oils, when we stop overloading on the carbs, okay, when we stop jamming fiber down our face, okay, when we stop doing all of these things and we give ourselves the most nutrient dense, bioavailable, and satiating food, then our body has a chance to operate as intended. Okay, that's what we call being healthy, right? Not having symptoms of inflammation and chronic stress in our body. Okay. On the fitness side of things, the fitness is what allows our body to improve and maintain that metabolic function. Okay. I can eat well, but if I don't do anything with my body is still going to fall apart. Okay. I can eat well. If I don't do anything with my body, I have to hyper manage what I'm eating in order to maintain a healthy body composition. Okay. If I undereat, and I'm not doing anything with my body, it's going to throw everything off. If I overeat and I'm not doing anything with my body, it's going to throw everything off. Okay. Physical activity is what balances the effect of what you eat. Okay. So if you're not doing physical things, if you're not working your body, building muscle, maintaining your metabolism, keeping your range of motion uh, adequate, okay, if you're not doing those things, then what you eat is only going to go so far, right? And here's a good example. Let's take protein, for instance. Okay, this is why both of these go together so well, like it's intended to. If I have a client that comes to me and they've been severely under eating protein, which most people that come to me have been under eating protein, okay, what happens is when they start eating more protein, because y'all know I'm going to tell them to eat more protein. When they start eating more protein, they're going to see weight gain and they freak out. Oh my God, what's going on? Right? Their body is saying, oh, finally, I'm getting enough of this stuff. I need to build some lean mass. Okay. So they're gaining lean mass, even though they're not exercising. A lot of my clients, a lot of people I've worked with initially will see for a short period of time, we'll see an initial increase in weight gain because their lean mass is jumping from the extra protein. Their body is starting to utilize it and bringing it up to a level where it can maintain their current level of activity. Okay. So because they've been under eating, it's just bringing them up to baseline. And that's what nutrition does. It brings you up to baseline. Okay. So just eating protein, if you've been under eating protein, you may gain some weight. Okay. That's okay. That's good. Call it healing if that's what you want to call it. Okay. Your body's getting the lean mass it's been wanting to get for a long time. Now, add exercise, and your body's going to increase the demand for protein, allowing you to eat more, but it's also going to increase your thermogenesis, increase your metabolic efficiency, and it's going to help you burn more fuel and improve your overall performance. Now you're going above baseline and you're into optimal. There is a difference between baseline and optimal. You cannot be optimal without physical activity. Okay. You cannot be optimal without physical activity. I will say that to the day I die. You can be healthy. You can be at the baseline functional, right? Baseline of what your body needs to survive. You cannot be optimal without physical activity. Okay. So we understand the two of them. Nutrition manages and reduces internal stress. Fitness manages and reduces or mitigates, I'll say. It doesn't necessarily reduce, it mitigates. There's a difference. Mitigation versus reduction. Internal stress, when you fix your nutrition, you're pulling it away from you because you've been jamming it in your face. You're pulling away things that are causing stress. You're literally taking stress out of your body. Fitness is a shield that blocks things that you have no control over from that affecting your body negatively. Okay. Nutrition pulls stress out. Fitness blocks it. It allows you to manage and mitigate the stresses that are thrown onto us in our day-to-day life, whatever environment that may be. It's different for everybody. Some people it's more mental, some people's physical. Who knows what it's? Some people it's a long day at work. Other people it could just be an hour with the kids, right? Who knows what it is? Okay. So external stress is where we see the evidence of being physically fit benefiting our lives. Okay. The reduction of pain, the increase in energy, the ability to do things for longer, the ability to do more things, the ability to go through a whole day and not feel like you got run over by a truck at the end of the day. That's where the physical aspect of improving your life and quality of life comes into play. Okay. So that's the two differences. So when you're looking at where do I start? That's a good question. Where do you start? Do I start with nutrition? Do I start with fitness? Okay. The second thing that we look at, because both of those are beneficial and we need both of them. Okay. The second thing, the first thing we talk about is what is your why? That's going to help you determine where you start. The second thing is what is the easiest thing for you to implement and sustain when you get started? Right? For some people, that is, I'm going to go from 2 Cokes a day to 2 Cokes a week. Maybe that's the first step. And that's all you can mentally handle, right? Maybe the first step for you is I'm not going to change anything with my nutrition. I just can't wrap my head around not eating the things that I like to eat, but I'm going to get up and go for a walk around the block, whatever it may be. Everybody's going to be different. For me, I thought of myself as being active at the time. I started with fitness. Well, I kind of started with both. I started with food. I picked one food, French fries. You guys have heard the story. It took me a year to get off of French fries. Okay. During that year of getting off of French fries, I also started doing some physical stuff. I went to the gym. I started a program. I did things like that. So for what I did and what I would recommend, and here's where the fun part comes in. Okay. It doesn't have to be either or. That's the biggest thing I want you to understand. It does not have to be either or. Okay. I think a lot of us get caught up in the thought of losing fat, and we think of fat loss as a nutrition thing. Okay. If we're going to start making that paradigm shift, if we're going to start thinking about this as a quality of life issue, as a building the capacity of your body to function, as a process of improving metabolic efficiency, and we realize it's not about fat loss, then we realize I need to do some nutrition and I need to do some fitness, right? Some nutrition and some fitness. Okay. So it doesn't have to be either or. So my full answer to the question of do I start with fitness or do I start with nutrition? My answer is start with both. Okay. Option number 3, start with both. Why are you doing it? What are you trying to do? What is the biggest thing, the biggest pain point that you have? Okay. What is the easiest thing for you to sustain? Okay. And then start with both. Okay. If the easiest thing for you to sustain and get started, that's attainable for you right now is to stop the Cokes. That's awesome. The next thing on the list should be get up and start walking when you're ready to do that. Okay. Go back and forth. If you need to pick pick 2 things, pick a nutrition thing, pick a fitness thing, then do another nutrition thing and another fitness thing. Whatever you can handle, however you want to manage it. All I'm going to say is I would highly, highly, highly recommend that you do not wait a long time, months or years of just doing nutrition before you start fitness. Okay. And I highly recommend that you don't wait months or years before you, if you started on the fitness, before you start doing nutrition things. Okay. You are going to come to a point in either of those cases where you hit a wall. And the best way to get through that wall, over that wall, to bust that wall down is to start the other thing. If you can start the other thing earlier in the process, you'll never hit a wall. Okay. I have a talk on the cruise that I'm going to be talking about, the low carb keto cruise. The title of the talk is How to Never Stall Again, how to never have a plateau. Okay. And I'm going to tell you right now, the basis of that talk is to always include nutrition and fitness in your process. If you just do one or the other, you will always stall. Okay. So where do you start? Okay. If I'm 300 pounds, if I'm 400 pounds, can I do something? If I have a bad knee, if my knees are bone on bone, if I have a torn rotator cuff, if I have bad shoulders, a bad back, whatever it may be, can I do something for fitness? I didn't think I could do anything. I don't have any options. Nutrition is the only thing that's accessible to me. That is absolutely not true. It does not matter what your size or your physical limitations, there is always something you can do. Okay. If you weigh 400 pounds, then what you have to do, very funny, Carrie, what you have to do is find the hardest thing for you physically to perform and just do that. Right. I know people that are severely overweight. And the worst thing, the thing that is the worst for them to consider doing anytime is to get on the floor. And you know what my response to that is to help them improve. They're not at a point where they can go to the gym and do squats and get on a treadmill and do all these things, right? Okay? But they are at a point where the physical challenge in their life right now is getting up and down off the floor. So guess what? We're going to figure out a way to make it easier for you to get up and down off the floor, and then you're going to get good at that way. When you get good at doing it that way, we're going to make it a little bit harder, and you're going to get good at doing it that way. When you get good at doing it that way, we're going to make it a little bit harder, and you're going to get good at doing it that way. And we're going to keep going until, under any circumstance, getting up and down off the floor is the easiest thing for you to do. Our plan in life at that point is make getting up and down off the floor something that's easy. That's a why. That's a driver. That's a powerful ability and quality of life aspect that keeps someone moving forward. Okay. So that is a perfect example of how this process works. It doesn't have to be join a CrossFit gym. It doesn't have to be start working out 5 days a week. Okay. Fitness is accessible because improving your fitness only requires you to do a little bit more than you're doing now. Right? We have this big grand idea of, oh, I'm going to do nutrition. I've got to do all of these things to fix my nutrition. And then if I'm going to do fitness, I've got to do all of these things to get fit. Because what we're looking at is we're looking at guys like me. We're looking at the influencers. We're looking at the people writing books and what their process is. They're at the 5-year, 8-year, 10-year, 12-year mark of this process. You're at the 6-month, 1 year, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years. That's not a long time. Okay. You cannot get stuck by looking at someone else's end of the journey. Okay. Even though it never really ends, but 10 years down the road, you can't look at someone who's 10 years into it and you're 1 year into it and then say, there's just so much I don't know what to do. I can't do it. Okay. Bring it back. It applies to you. Where are you at right now? Why are you doing it? What are your goals? What can you do? Okay. And then what are you going to do consistently? That's the most important piece. What are you going to do consistently? Okay. So to answer the question, do I start with nutrition? Do I start with fitness? Start with both. I have run into, I don't know how many hundreds of people who have lost a ton of weight. And it's been 2, 3, 4, 5 years they've been on this journey of weight loss. And then now they're realizing, holy crap, if I'd have been doing something fitness-wise these 5 years, my life would be absolutely, completely different. And they just are getting started with fitness. They could have been doing something fitness-wise the whole time along with their nutrition journey. Okay. I highly recommend looking at something. Odds are, if you're watching this, you're either not doing much physically from a fitness perspective, or you're somebody who's been following me and started doing this because of what we talk about all the time and realize the importance of fitness and exercise in your journey. Keep doing that if you're doing that. If you haven't gotten started, if you haven't made that connection between how fitness is going to improve the effect of your nutrition, the more fitness you do, the better your nutrition works. Keep that in mind. Okay. The more fitness you do, the better your nutrition works. All right. Number 2, the more fitness you do, the better life you have. Okay. You have more energy. You have more strength. You don't get hurt as much. You're able to do more things. You can participate in things more. Like, everything about your quality of life improves when you improve your fitness. Okay. So I hope that answers the question. I hope that's good information for you guys. If anybody has any questions, I'm going to look through these. Let's see here. Look through these comments, see if there's any questions. Andrea, you have 8 grandkids? Holy cannoli. Let's see. Hi, MJ, Melissa, how you doing? Teresa, what's going on? Joy, howdy. Susan. Let's see here. Glenn, howdy. How you going? Susan, weren't you in Ireland or something? How was your trip? Carrie, what do you got going on here? Carrie, got to run, have to walk the dog. Teresa's going to walk the dog. Meat, eggs, and sardines. How do you guys like sardines? I just can't wrap my head around sardines. I like fish in general, but sardines, maybe something as a kid. I haven't tried them as an adult, and I don't think I've ever tried them as an adult. How do you cook sardines? Somebody educate me. If you're not in the Facebook group, Ultimate Ketogenic Fitness, get on Facebook, join the group. Somebody start a thread in there and teach me how to eat sardines or how to make sardines. What do you do with them? Just the idea. I don't know. I can't wrap my head around it. Good. Copper sleeves can help. I'm not sure the copper necessarily, but compression sleeves can help with swelling. If that's something that bothers you. There's other things that you can do. Get a bike, get on a stationary bike. If you're trying to do something to get active and get moving, go to start swimming. Swimming, guys, is so underrated. If you have the ability to get into a pool and swim, do it. Absolutely do it. Let's see here. Keto Frugal Madre. The floor is my kryptonite. You forced my past my anxiety. Good. It's getting better. Yay. Good, good, good. I like it. Rita, don't hate the floor. Love the floor. Yes, the workouts don't have to be super long, Carrie. They can be 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Again, it's all about just doing a little bit more than you've done in the past. Is a trampoline sufficient? It's better than nothing. Yeah, hop on a trampoline and do some stuff, right? Learn how to do some flips or whatever. Okay. Remember, when we talk about fitness, there's a lot of different aspects to fitness. I'm not going to go into it now, but don't get stuck doing one thing. If you're starting with something, that's fine. Start with it and keep going. At some point, we need to get some movement in. We need to get some resistance in. We need to get some variety in as well. Okay. Let's see. Just eat sardines out of the can. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Let's see. Susan, it was awesome. We arrived back in the States on Saturday. Such a beautiful country. Awesome. Karen, are you doing the puke face to the sardines? Me too. Cook them for a smaller time and they taste like trout. Okay. All right. Maitreya, what are you packing for? Are you moving? All right. All right. Let's see. Knees are bone on bone. If I get on the floor, I have to pull myself to where I can lower my legs and stand up. Falling is my greatest fear. Okay. Bone on bone stuff, getting up and down on the floor. If you can find something to support yourself, again, find the easiest way that you can get down on the floor and get back up again. Okay. It may still be difficult. Okay. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy per se, but find the easiest of all of the ways you can think to get on the floor and get back up again. Do that. Okay. Until it's easy. And then find a way to make it more so that you're relying on your body more, less than on a bar or supporting something, right? Usually it's some support that you need to get up and down. Work yourself into a point where you don't need that support and you can do it with just your body. There's some techniques of how you kneel down and use your hands and legs, and it's a full body workout. Okay, it's not easy. It's a full body workout. Maitreya, you're moving from Texas to Wyoming? Or is that Wisconsin? I was Wisconsin, right? WI is Wisconsin. Awesome. Well, good luck with the move. Stay safe. Hope everything works out for you. All right, guys, we're at about 30 minutes. I'm going to pop off for the evening. It's been fantastic talking to you. I love having you guys on here. Don't forget the book comes out May 14th. If you know, you know. Make sure you share the info. All right, take it easy. See ya.